Cancer. Your body is constantly creating new cells. Normally, each cell knows exactly when to grow and when to die, but cancer changes those rules. A single damaged cell ignores every signal telling it to stop. Instead of dying, it keeps dividing. One cell becomes two, two become four, then eight, then thousands. Soon, millions of abnormal cells form a mass called a tumor, but the real danger doesn't stop there. Cancer cells are selfish. They steal oxygen and nutrients from healthy tissues. As the tumor grows, it pushes against nearby organs, blood vessels, and nerves, causing pain and disrupting normal function. And in the most dangerous stage, some cancer cells break away from the original tumor. They enter the bloodstream or the lymphatic system, travel through your body, and start building entirely new tumors in other organs. This process is called metastasis, and it's responsible for most cancer-related deaths. But while cancer spreads by turning your own cells against you, the next disease doesn't attack your cells at all. Instead, it destroys the very system that's supposed to protect you. HIV. Unlike cancer, HIV doesn't destroy your organs directly. Instead, it targets the one system designed to protect your entire body, your immune system. The virus enters your bloodstream and begins searching for a specific type of white blood cell, CD4 T cells. These cells act like commanders on a battlefield. They coordinate your body's defense against viruses, bacteria, and countless other threats. But HIV has a terrifying strategy. It attaches itself to these cells, slips inside, and hijacks their machinery to create thousands of new copies of itself. Eventually, the infected cell bursts open, releasing more viruses into your bloodstream. Each new virus searches for another CD4 cell, and the cycle repeats again and again, month after month, year after year. The number of healthy CD4 cells slowly begins to fall. At first, you may not notice anything at all. Many people feel completely healthy for years, but beneath the surface, their immune system is quietly collapsing. As more immune cells disappear, your body becomes weaker and weaker. Eventually, even infections that are normally harmless can become life-threatening. Simple pneumonia, a fungal infection, or diseases your immune system could once destroy with ease now become incredibly dangerous. When the immune system is damaged this severely, the infection reaches its final stage, AIDS. Without treatment, the body is left almost completely defenseless. But while HIV slowly removes your body's ability to fight, the next disease attacks in a completely different way. It doesn't target your immune system. It targets the organ that keeps every single cell in your body alive, your heart. Heart disease. Your heart never gets a break. Every single day, it beats around 100,000 times, pumping blood through nearly 100,000 kilometers of blood vessels. To keep doing that, the heart itself needs a constant supply of oxygen-rich blood. That's the job of the coronary arteries. These small blood vessels wrap around the surface of your heart, keeping the heart muscle alive. But over many years, fat, cholesterol, and other substances begin sticking to the artery walls. Slowly, a thick layer called plaque starts to form. At first, you won't feel anything. The arteries are simply becoming narrower, which means less blood can pass through. As the blockage grows, your heart has to work harder just to get enough oxygen. That's why some people first notice chest pain, especially during exercise or stress. But the most dangerous moment happens when one of these plaques suddenly ruptures. Your body mistakes it for an injury. It quickly forms a blood clot to repair the damage. Instead, that clot completely blocks the artery. Within seconds, the blood supply to part of the heart stops. Heart muscle cells begin running out of oxygen. Unlike many other cells in your body, heart cells can survive only a few minutes without oxygen. They begin to die. This is what we know as a heart attack. If enough heart muscle is damaged, the heart can no longer pump blood effectively. The brain, the kidneys, and every other organ suddenly receive less oxygen. Without immediate treatment, the damage can become permanent or even fatal. But while heart disease slowly cuts off the blood flowing through your body, the next disease attacks somewhere even more personal. It slowly destroys the brain itself. Alzheimer's disease. Your brain contains around 86 billion nerve cells. These cells constantly communicate with each other, allowing you to think, learn, recognize faces, and remember the people you love. But Alzheimer's slowly begins to destroy that network. Long before the first symptoms appear, abnormal proteins start building up inside the brain. Tiny sticky clumps called amyloid plaques and twisted fibers known as tau tangles begin interfering with communication between neurons. At first, the damage is almost impossible to notice. Maybe you forget where you left your keys or struggle to remember someone's name. But inside your brain, more and more neurons are dying. As the disease spreads, entire regions of the brain begin to shrink, especially the hippocampus, the area responsible for forming new memories. That's why recent memories disappear first, while memories from decades ago may still remain. Over time, the damage reaches the parts of the brain responsible for language, decision-making, and even recognizing family members. Simple daily tasks like getting dressed, making a meal, or finding your way home become increasingly difficult. In the later stages, the brain can no longer control many of the body's basic functions. Walking, swallowing, and eventually, even breathing can be affected. Alzheimer's doesn't simply erase memories, it gradually changes the person themselves until the brain can no longer do the jobs it performed effortlessly for an entire lifetime. But while Alzheimer's slowly destroys the brain, the next disease attacks a completely different organ, one that works silently every second of your life: your kidneys. Chronic kidney disease. Your kidneys are two small organs, but their job is incredibly important. Every minute, they filter your blood, removing waste products, balancing fluids, and keeping the chemicals inside your body at the right levels. But when chronic kidney disease begins, these tiny filters slowly start losing their ability to work. At first, the damage is almost invisible. Your kidneys can lose a significant amount of their function, and you may not feel anything wrong. But as more kidney cells become damaged, waste products begin building up in your blood, extra fluid starts collecting inside your body, and important minerals become dangerously unbalanced. One of the biggest causes of kidney damage is diabetes. When blood sugar stays too high for years, it slowly damages the tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys. High blood pressure can also put constant stress on these delicate filtering systems. Over time, the kidneys become scarred, and they lose more and more of their ability to clean your blood. As the disease progresses, people may experience fatigue, swelling in the legs and feet, shortness of breath, and changes in urination. In the final stages, the kidneys may no longer be able to keep the body alive on their own. Toxins build up, fluid can reach dangerous levels, and the body begins to enter a state called kidney failure. At this point, many patients need dialysis, a machine that filters the blood when the kidneys can no longer do the job. But while chronic kidney disease slowly affects the body's natural filtration system, the next disease attacks something that controls almost everything we do: our ability to move, feel, and communicate. Multiple sclerosis. Inside your body, your nervous system works like an enormous communication network. Your brain sends signals through billions of nerve cells, allowing you to move your muscles, feel sensations, and control almost every action you take. But in multiple sclerosis, the body's own immune system makes a dangerous mistake. Instead of protecting the body, it attacks the protective layer surrounding nerve fibers. This layer is called myelin. Think of myelin like the plastic coating around an electrical wire. It helps signals travel quickly and smoothly. But when the immune system damages this protective layer, those signals become slower, weaker, or sometimes completely blocked. At first, the symptoms may appear and disappear. A person might suddenly experience blurred vision, numbness in their arms or legs, muscle weakness, or problems with balance. But over time, repeated attacks can create areas of permanent damage inside the brain and spinal cord. As more nerve pathways become affected, the body begins losing control over important functions. movements may become slower, and simple tasks that were once automatic can require enormous effort. The exact cause of multiple sclerosis is still not completely understood, but scientists believe it involves a combination of genetics, the environment, and problems with how the immune system functions. Unlike many diseases, multiple sclerosis does not destroy one single organ. Instead, it slowly disrupts the communication system that connects your entire body. But while multiple sclerosis attacks the body's own nervous system, the next disease takes a different approach. It doesn't attack the brain or the immune system. It attacks one of the body's most important filters, the liver. Cirrhosis. Your liver is one of the hardest working organs in your body. It helps remove toxins from your blood, processes nutrients from the food you eat, produces important proteins, and plays a major role in keeping your body balanced. But when the liver is repeatedly damaged, it tries to repair itself, and over time, that repair process creates scar tissue. This scarring is called cirrhosis. At first, the liver can continue working despite the damage, but as more healthy tissue is replaced by scar tissue, the liver slowly loses its ability to do its job. One of the most common causes of cirrhosis is long-term alcohol abuse. Alcohol forces the liver to constantly break down harmful substances, creating inflammation and damaging liver cells. Another major cause is chronic hepatitis infections, which can slowly attack liver tissue over many years. As cirrhosis progresses, blood has difficulty flowing through the damaged liver, pressure builds up in the blood vessels around it, and this can lead to serious complications. Fluid can collect in the abdomen. Toxins that the liver normally removes can reach the brain, and the body can struggle to control bleeding. In the most advanced stages, the liver may completely fail. When that happens, the body loses one of its most important defense systems. Toxins build up, energy production is disrupted, and multiple organs can begin to shut down.